Walking slow down my own street. Strangers smile when our eyes meet. Doesn't matter at all.
Welcome to the Kindness Matters podcast, a show that celebrates the powerful truth that kindness can change the world. Every week I aim to shine a light on people and organizations making a positive difference in their communities, proving that compassion, empathy, and connection still thrive, even in challenging times. This podcast is about more than good stories, though. It's about real impact. Through heartfelt conversations, inspiring acts, and everyday examples of humanity, the Kindness Matters podcast invites listeners to rediscover the power of kindness as a force for healing, growth, and genuine connection. If the message of this show resonates with you, please share it with your friends and family. Each share helps spread the light a little further, because when it comes to kindness, the ripple effect is limitless.
Voice of the crowd. I see neighbors helping.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Kindness Matters podcast. My name is Mike Rathbun. I am your host. If you've listened before, you already knew that. But if you're new here, now you know. We're so happy to have you here. I'm so grateful that you chose to take 30 minutes or so out of your time and to listen to uplifting stories that we can provide for you. We have a fantastic episode for you today. My guest today is Annie Eza. She is a compassionate healer, a meditation teacher, and co-founder of Seeds of Bliss, where she has guided more than 10,000 people through deep personal change and spiritual growth. Her original guided meditations and transformative healing journeys empower individuals to reconnect with themselves, heal trauma, and embrace emotional freedom. Annie blends modern healing modalities with ancient wisdom, bringing a soulful approach to both personal and collective well-being. Recognized globally, congratulations, for her expertise and heartfelt presence, Annie has created a sanctuary that honors each person's unique journey, reminding us that true bliss is not found, but remembered within. Welcome to the show, Annie.
Nice to meet you again, Mike, and thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy because, and there's a lot to unpack here. So talk to me about Seeds of Bliss. Now, we're talking literal seeds, right?
Exactly. Um, Actually, there are the seeds that we understand from nature and plants, and there are also seeds of consciousness which reside within every being, and the same applies to human beings. So, this is what we are cultivating, actually, what we are awakening with our practices. Those seeds that are already available within each human being, but they are dormant because they've been forgotten for so long.
Oh no. Okay, so how did this all start? What inspired you to found Seeds of Bliss, and how did your personal journey influence the vision for this sanctuary of healing and spiritual growth?
Actually, life happened. I never planned to be a healer or
As
to
it
have,
usually does.
yeah, or to build a brand or a movement. None of that was in my personal plan, but life had other plans, of course. I started my own healing journey because I felt like 50% of myself was dormant, active but dormant. I couldn't reach out to it. So I wanted to find this door desperately and build that bridge. And I started my own healing journey. And my healer was insisting that I should be trained to become a healer. And me being me, curious about new things and experimenting, I went to that training, and then things started falling into place on their own.
Cool. Yeah, curiosity can open so many doors, can't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, how do you define bliss? We hear that term a lot, and I think it means something different to everybody. Not everybody, but many people hear bliss and think of something. Why do you believe it's something that we need to remember rather than find externally?
Hmm. That's a cool question. I love answering that. Um, Actually, bliss is a physical state, or normal state, sorry. Um, and we have forgotten that because we are brought up and conditioned and educated in certain ways. So we are somehow divided from ourselves, from our truth, for what's natural for our system. And we try to fit all in all those check boxes. And
Yes,
this makes us pretty miserable, I could say.
I
And
agree.
remembering our freedom, remembering who we are, what makes us happy, this is bliss. It's
Okay.
very close to authenticity, following your path, your heart, or wherever, whatever you want to call it. But bliss is mostly about free flowing with life.
I'm sorry, one more time, please. Bliss is about.
Bliss, free flowing with life.
Okay. So, are bliss and happiness interchangeable phrases?
I think they are very close, but bliss is a state of being more than happiness. There's
Sure.
joy, which is, let's say, somehow lower in vibration, but still very penetrative and very warm and inviting. Then
Yeah.
we have happiness, and above happiness, there's bliss.
Okay. All right. Um, so back to Seeds of Bliss. What is the core philosophy behind Seeds of Bliss and your signature awakening the seeds healing method?
Actually, Seeds of Bliss is all about bridging things, bridging seemingly opposite concepts and contexts, and merging them together to create wholeness as light and darkness, body and mind, body and
Okay.
soul. And Awakening the Seeds is a beautiful healing salad I have crafted after many, many certifications in different modalities and years of experience because I kept finding out that each modality has strong elements and weaknesses. So I extracted the strong elements, the ones that really worked for my clients and me. And then I filled the gaps with my experience and created something which is very structured and very flexible at the same time in order to honor each individual separately and their needs.
Structured and flexible, they almost sound like a contradiction in terms.
Yeah, this is actually Seeds of Bliss. Uh, if you observe the name of the brand itself, it's like seeds being in the soil in the darkness, and then bliss is a state of being, a higher state of being. So it's darkness and light bridged together, and we tend to bring the opposites together because this is where wholeness resides, right?
Okay, sure. That makes perfect sense to me. Um, so one of the things I love about your organization and the work that you do is that you're not tied to one. It's not just holistic and established medicine. you blend them, right? Talk to me
Yes.
more about that. How did that come about? And if you could give me some examples too of how you would blend two different modalities.
Mm, okay. So first of
Sorry.
all, I have. Sorry.
I apologized for asking such a long question.
No, it's okay. I can be very succinct, no matter what the question is. um,
So
bringing together,
blending, go ahead. Go ahead.
blending modalities is easy enough for me, okay, because I'm here to bridge things. So, for instance, I use elements of the meditation practices of the East, and I also use elements from classical psychotherapy of the West.
Okay. All right. Can you give me an example of a situation where you blended those?
Part of my healing sessions is always guided meditation. It's not really that though, but it seems to be like a meditation because the receiver is sitting or lying down with eyes closed. And there is a reason for that. We want to cut off the external stimuli and focus back to the internal world. Um, and there are many case studies in my career
Hmm.
that using what I know and all those elements brought together has resulted in resolving fertility problems for
Oh,
women, for
really?
instance. Yeah,
For women?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I never had a man coming to me about about that.
We generally won't. It's a guy thing.
And also, I have many athletes, professional athletes,
Oh,
that got injured and they were never supposed to be active in sports field again, but they are.
that's kind of cool. Yeah. Wow. And so you can help people like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, with their doctor's support. Okay, of
Right.
course,
And
we
I think
cannot.
that's do you this was not a question I gave you, but um do you find that um I think in sports, I think it's more common in sports teams, the sports medicine areas where they're kind of being more open to different modalities, um, Eastern medicine and that type of thing when treating their athletes?
Not
No?
really. It depends on the individual. Mostly, when they turn to, let's say, alternative or more natural pathways to heal themselves, when their doctors tell them that, hey, you're not gonna go back ever again. This is for life. This is gonna stay. So they get freaked out and desperate to resolve the issue. So they try out everything, and therefore they are also very receptive. And this is how the bridge is built. So the doctor takes care of the physical body and how to restore the physical trauma. And then we get into the energetics, the background, the back end of what caused the trauma to happen and the
Oh,
injury to happen. And this is how we unfold a whole pathway and resolve the issue, the
oh,
problem.
okay. So, but do you consult with sports team medicine personnel?
It hasn't happened till
Okay.
today, but I have very often been consulting with doctors that were treating cancer patients. I was
Oh,
also treating.
yeah. I, I I'm losing several people in my life currently to cancer, and it's absolutely, we I sound like an old white American guy here. We can put a man on the moon, but we can't cure cancer, right? It's frustrating.
It is, and it's also so difficult to curate because it's so diverse.
It
No
is.
body is the same, no human is the same. And this is where our Western medicine is failing. They see people as same. Like you have a body, everybody functions the same way. So we can treat you, we can heal you using the same medicine, only it's not working. And they are still trying what's not working. I don't know why they still doing it, but
Or it works on this person, doesn't work on that person.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay, so back to my question list. I'm going to have to cut that out. How do you blend? Oh, wait, I already asked that one. What kind of personalized healing experiences and coaching do you offer? I think we've kind of touched on this already. And how do these sessions empower individuals on their unique journeys?
Um, I offer one-on-one and group
Okay,
healing work. And now we are crafting our membership also to bring a community of kindred spirits together.
nice.
So, in group settings,
Hmm.
we go deep into collective issues, the ones
Okay,
that are deeply engraved in our bodies, in our nervous system, in our subconscious. And then on one sessions, we treat our personal trauma, our personal issues, things that are not pleasant in our lives.
okay. Um, so now, when you talk about the group sessions, and you mentioned you treat things that are, so you have a group of people that all have the same issue. Is that what you're saying?
Not really. Mostly, I deliver a healing workshop or session for a certain topic, which is collective and pretty much touches and includes everyone.
Okay, all right, all right. Now then, can you share a story or an example of how someone has experienced transformation through Seeds of Bliss?
Yeah, I have many stories.
Tell them all. We got time. No, I won't put you on the spot like that.
Okay, so one of the most profound is a woman that was getting pregnant and then she had a miscarriage every time.
Every time.
Yeah, she
Oh,
had seven miscarriages,
oh my goodness.
six, seven, something like that. And when she came to me, she was pregnant again. And things started feeling and seeming like it will be another miscarriage. And we worked so hard
I bet.
until the baby was delivered. And she had a nice experience in her pregnancy because she was feeling supported and safe this time. And she also had a natural childbirth, which her doctor never believed she could do.
Oh wow. And that's because of the work that you did? I don't know that I would understand it, but I'd be very interested to hear what you did to help her.
Um, it's a long story. Imagine 7 months,
Oh boy.
2 sessions per week to clear all the things that are imprinted in her system, both collectively and through her lineage, and things that she had never realized she was caring about motherhood, about what being a mom would mean for her freedom and her lifestyle.
So a lot of the issues that she was having with having miscarriages,
We're
what I'm hearing
subconscious.
is that they were based on anxiety
Yeah,
about the whole path, the whole journey of both becoming a mother and then being a mother.
yeah. And many women, although it is supposed to be something happy and pleasant, feel like they are terminally convicted to tie their lives to someone else. And this is very deep inside. And it is very
Okay.
difficult for women to speak for that. They do not even realize that because they feel guilty. The moment they articulate that, you see the shame coming out,
Yeah.
but there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's okay. Nothing
Yeah.
is only happy or only sad. Everything has so many aspects and so many feelings entangled. And this is what we craft balance, the bridge for everything to flow and take its rightful place without creating distortions and issues inside the body or our emotions or in our everyday life.
Wow. That's so powerful. I mean, yeah. I'm going to take a minute with that, but we'll go on because the show must go on. Um, how does Seeds of Bliss foster community connection and collective healing beyond the individual series? I think we touched on that a second ago, but if we could go more into that.
Mhm. We are at a phase in which we are building a global community for people who want to find their village, find their tribe, for the people that feel like they don't fit anywhere else. They are tired of boxes and rules.
Right.
So there's a space for everyone who wants to contribute in a meaningful way and cast a nice mark, a happy mark,
Yeah.
a mark of joy in
Yeah.
this world, in this lifetime.
I could see that. I think all of us wander around and we think that we're the only ones that think a certain way, and we just wander around that way, feeling lonely or isolated or unsupported, and you're finding those people and bringing them together.
Yeah. Or they find us and camp together.
It's hard to ask though if you think you're the only one that thinks a certain way. You know, you're like, I'm not going to ask because people will laugh or ridicule or mock or what have you. Why do
Yeah.
you think that way? Right?
Exactly. And it's a very harsh feeling because you're constantly feeling lonely. You cannot talk about what's inside your heart, what sparks joy in you. And that's a pity because
It
this is
is.
why we're here for.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, now let's talk about natural rhythms and seasons of the soul. And why is that so important to the healing journey that you guide?
Okay, this is
Deep breath.
very interesting because what we found out down the road, of course, it wasn't revealed from the beginning, um, is like humans believe they are something separate than nature, but they are
Say
part
that
of
one more
nature.
time, please. Say that
Uh,
one more time, please.
Humans believe that they are separate from nature,
Oh, yes.
but that's not the deal. Actually, we are nature, we are part of it, and as nature, so we have seasons. And in the West, we have this distortion about linear productivity, like you have to work all the time, be productive all the time, make money all the time, do something all the time. You have no right to stop, slow down, and rest.
Yes.
And this is part of the productive process. You cannot constantly produce things, do things, if you're not well rested. So these are the seasons of our body, of our souls. We have seasons. We have actually different needs during each season. For instance, I find myself wanting more sleep during the winter because it's dark for longer hours. But in the summer, I need less sleep.
Oh, I see. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Seasons definitely play a role in mental health, don't they? And that's not
Yeah,
at all what you were talking about. I just thought of it.
and they play a role. Yes, especially when we are not willing to follow them. Because if your body craves rest and you're pushing through, then everything will collapse. It will
Oh,
come a day that everything will collapse. You will get burned out. And
yes.
also, we have our inner seasons. For instance, when we are in an intense period of grief, we are not productive because this is not the time to be productive. We have to feel that grief, let it flow, feel the uncomfortable emotions and feelings, and let them complete the cycle. And then we get back to being productive, being um, fully functional. We are allowed to stop, to pause.
Yeah. I know. I partially blame, and I don't know if it's Western culture per se, but this notion that when somebody close to us passes away, and we're in the grieving process, and there's usually like, I know somebody whose mother just passed away not too long ago, and they got 10 days of bereavement leave, if you will. Like, you need to finish up this grieving in 10 days and be back to work. And that really isn't respecting anything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's not a timeline. Like
right.
your grief should be dealt with in 10 days. Who can say that? Who can determine that? Your
Who
grief
indeed?
or whatever, you being tired, you being fed up with what is happening in your work environment.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, what role do you see Seeds of Bliss playing in the broader global movement toward conscious living and soulful leadership? I mean, I think you guys are already a leader in that field, but what role do you see Seeds of Bliss playing there?
Um, we believe that each individual is actually self led, and this is what we are trying to, let's say, train people to do. Get their power back, be self sovereign, decide what's best for them, and also keep an eye on what's best for the collective. Because if something is really good for me, then it will be really good for the collective. But if it's not good for the collective, it's not good for me. Even if I think it's a good option, it's not good on the long term.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And if any of our listeners wanted to become a part of your community or start their own journey with Seeds of Bliss, how could they do that?
They could find us on social media. We are running a free Facebook community, free Facebook group,
Oh,
and we also have this membership starting on January.
oh, nice.
So
And
they
that's
can,
just like a week or so from the end from this episode.
yeah, exactly. So
Perfect
they can,
timing.
yeah, life is always interesting, and how it unfolds, how things are falling into place, the strangest ways. So they can find us and DM us on social media.
So Facebook, Instagram, any other social media platforms?
Yes, TikTok also, but mostly people connect with us through Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Annie, Asa, thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it. This is such an interesting topic, and you guys are doing so much good work. I really appreciate it and encourage you to keep going.
Thank you for your kind words. And we will keep going because there's no other way to function in this lifetime.
You have to go on.
Exactly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and we will talk again soon.
See you soon. Thank you for today.
We speak, it's kindness we all really see. Human first.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Kindness Matters podcast with my guest, Annie Enza. I hope this episode left you feeling a little easier, a little more hopeful about the state of the world we all share. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to tell your friends, families, and coworkers about us. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for more uplifting content. It's free, and there's a link to sign up in the show notes. You've been listening to the Kindness Matters podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rathbun. We will be back again next week with a brand new episode, and we would be honored if you would join us again. Until then, remember, kindness matters, and so do you.